Hello everybody, it's your boy Jan the Ripper, and today we will do not certainly what if. It's more like a fantasy world created by me and my imagination. And also I want to give credits to writers of novels that give me the enough admiration to make this fantasy world. Well, first of all, I will tell you some incredible novels. One of them is the Avalanche system. I certainly feel it's incredible, the character development that the main character have, and the unique type of system that doesn't mainly focus on the normal stats and skills like normal systems do, and also the vampire system, an incredible world where everyone gets their powers from skill books like a game, and also the fantasy system. It's one of the most incredible novels I have ever stumbled upon, and it's very good. The character development is very good. The fantasy work that he put him on was very legendary. The system was also legendary, which is something legendary. It can give him the power of another characters of fiction. But I disagree that he said that energies are all the same. Well, the man tried a lot to make the perfect novel, so we can't blame him. So of course, first let's start with the introduction of our world. First, let's start with the world itself. Okay, normally the worlds will be like this. Universes are crossed between each other by a layer, but this fantasy world of mine is different. Universes, this time, it didn't have this coincidence. Instead, the entire omniverse saw something weird. A being with godlike power called the Originator, the main antagonist of my story, destroyed the layers of the omniverse, making it all merge together, becoming one piece, making all of the entire universe merge into one big place. All the earths merge, making it bigger than most of the universes. All of this while the others were getting bigger and bigger. While everything got bigger, it also made bigger problems. Monsters were formed. Before Hagurama and Kaguya were even formed, monsters were formed everywhere. Monsters had energies different from worlds to worlds. Like, some had magic, some had chakra, some had a lot of other things. And not only that, but they also have a lot of other abilities. Like, there is a split on worlds, meaning that a lot of other abilities from other universes are there, but it chooses hosts worthy enough of it. Like the Phoenix Force, it is there on every universe, waiting to choose a host. So, since it all matched together, and we now have this whole big world full of fantasy and crisis and tears and blood. So how will the story go? Well, first of all, let's start with the beginning. The beginning of the entire universe. No, the beginning of the entire story. Meanwhile, Planet 673, a planet where all deities and gods were sitting and chatting about how they can make the mortal lives better. Meanwhile, on a dark side of the planet, someone wasn't happy. It was the being the originator. He was literally fuming with anger. He didn't just he didn't expect that such a world could exist. And now they are all covered. It wasn't something that he would like. It wasn't something that he liked. He wanted fantasy, epic adventures, epic stories and futures, coincidence and luck. All of this, he wanted it in one big place. But the other gods disagreed with how he wanted to get it. So he just said, damn these losers. They don't even know how to make the perfect fantasy world, and they want me to not to make the perfect one. How pathetic. When he said that on another side of the planet there was someone sitting on a throne, someone that can be described as me. It was fucking me. I looked all over, thinking that the other gods were planning on creating new characters and new powers. I also had the same idea as the originator. Since no one can argue, since I had the advantage because of me having the ability, I then did a meeting with all the gods coming. Zeus, Poseidon, and Hera were wondering why I called a meeting. I barely did that on any normal basis. So because of this, they said, John, why are you calling a meeting? I said, don't you see my difference? Originator has a point. If we can make an epic, flawless, epic adventure world, drama, luck, coincidence, epic fights and meetings, it is something that someone will crave. Don't you understand? It's something that I want, that you want, that everyone wants. And since here we will bring the wish to reality. The originator has saying that I was on his side, and he said, let me do the honor, John. After this he snapped his fingers, and the layers protecting the multiverse from meeting each other broke. And because of that, it caused a mix. From this mix, there was stars exploding, stardust shattering, black holes merging, galaxies exploding and merging with each other. Millions, trillions, almost infinites of poor innocent life forms die from this process. They were all given to being innocent and haven't done anything over the choice. They were given a next life where they were reincarnated as someone, as someone in any of their favorite part of the world. Meanwhile, one of them was a dead soul. It had no purpose, had no story, had no looks. It only was a dead soul. But now it was dead. It was double dead. When it reached heaven, I saw that it was already dead. Twice this isn't something that I would like for anyone expect me to have. So I said, not very good. You really are poor. Let's change that. And then I had a blue fire in my hand and I said, come on, buddy, pal, friend, just let's make a deal. I will give you a legendary system, while you will go in an epic adventures and live your life to the fullest. Do we have a deal? The dead spirit looked up and down, and it said, okay. After this, it gave me a handshake, and then it formed a body, a physical body, but it was still a spirit, a physical body of Naruto. Because of this, it was waiting for someone to be born. It waited thousands of years until humans came. It saw Gear getting out of control, and since it already had spirit powers, it used some of its power to help the two brothers to restrain it, which was done very easy, with her grandma and his brother actually teaming up now, not like in the original series where both of them go into a different paths. Both of them were now declared the sages of the sixth path. So, because of this, the spirit continued living and living, seeing and experiencing the world around it. It was basically immortal, waiting for its life to begin, and someday its wish got granted. It saw two couples, one with a red head and the other with yellow hair. The woman was crying, saying, Nata, can't have birth to children. I can't. And the cube is interfering with me not being able to have children. Minata said, don't worry, Kushina. Don't worry. We will have kids in the future. Just wait. Just wait and we will have kids. Nanta was looking at it. He never saw someone very sad just because of getting a child. Hell, he even bet that he saw his own mother in his old life was screaming when he got into life. So, because of this, he got into her, making a physical form minute, making her pregnant, which it was her getting on the ground unconscious. And Minute said, Cushion, wake up. He then dragged her to the hospital, saying, oh, don't worry, Kushina, it will be all okay. When he reached the hospital, the doctor told him, Lord Forth, your wife is pregnant. Minotaur then smiled at this new thing, and he said, yes, finally, we can have a child. After this, Minotaur taken Naruto and Kushina to home, with Naruto being in the womb forming. With him after being formed for 5 months, he opened his eyes and he said in his mind, because he couldn't talk, he was a baby. Yeah, of course. What the hell is this? And then he heard a voice. It said, "Don't worry, House." But then he heard another voice, removing memories, applying new life, removing memories and techniques from old life, making racy humans. The system will be activated in 5, 3, 2, 1. But then he got knocked out for 2 extra months. And then he waked up and he said, "Where am I? Who am I? Why the hell am I here?" And then the voice came again and said, "Host, I am the system." Not said, "I remember you. I remember my interaction with you, but other than that, I don't remember anything else." So system just said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Now check your, now check your stats." And he said, "Okay." Status. All of this talk was of course in his mind because he couldn't talk yet. When he did that, he saw the stats come up. They were like this. HP 10. No, it was 1 because he wasn't even formed. CP 0. Strength 1. All of his stats were 1. And now gets the interesting part. Talent, talentless, Berks, dumb, idiot, brain fractured, parasite, and other negative bugs he got. And he said, surprised, "Damn, was I really like this?" The system then said, "No, you weren't. You aren't. But your memories and everything about you were removed. So because of that, everything about you was fractured, meaning that you are now talentless and that you don't have bugs." Norton then said, "Okay." But then he saw something that was affiliation, and he said, "Hey, what is that?" "Oh, it's a specialty. You see, people have tend one type of specialty, but you can have all. Like this. One is a farmer. You can be a farmer, a hunter, a wood maker, a weapon maker, all of this and more, because you are like this." And then he said, "Okay, what about the other parts?" Okay, I will tell you about the gacha function." The gacha what? The gacha function. It works on different things, like weapon gacha, skill gacha, armor gacha, or stuff like that. And then he said, "Okay, so what does it give me?" Got skill gacha will give you powers. Weapon gacha will give you weapon. Armor gacha will give you armor. Upgrade gacha will give you upgrade cards. And monster gacha will give you a monster card. And function gacha will give you more functions. And also, unlike the original story, I will add extra of my own. And race gacha will turn you slowly into the race that you got. You won't change physically if you wanted, but if you wanted you can change physically. noted and said, okay. So it's like if I had a dragon girl from the gacha race, I can choose if I have a tail or wing. Can I sprout them at any time? Yes, because it isn't like you can change them physically and it will be permanent. No, it's just that you can choose to not show your true form of that race or hide it. If you want, you can be turned into a full-fledged dragon. The more you train, the more you will be taller and more your scales will change. And also, the more you progress, the more you will have these scales type things on your arm. But they are very small that they cannot be seen even if you can see into infinity. But they still have the durability of the actual scales of the dragon you have. Wow, that's OP. But then the system said, alright, let's get to the next function. Alright, the next function is the system function, the quest function. The way this function works is that when it gives you quest, it doesn't matter if you or anyone else killed it, you will get the XP. Fair enough. What about the next? Party function. This function allows you to share your power with someone else. Naruto then got greedy and he said, hell no, I want my power for myself. The system said, I didn't mean that exactly. The only thing the other person will get is that he can see his own stats and nothing else. Wow, that's useless, but it can be great motivation to train, don't you think? Okay, I will admit system, it really is. Can they acquire the skills the same way a normal gamer can? Yes, but leveling them will be way slower. It will be at least 50 times faster than normal, but it will be way slower than your leveling. What a very useful skill. And then I thought, okay, so does soulbound contracts work? The system said, I didn't know you know soulbound contract. Of course I know. It's a contract where the one you did the soulbound contract with will be with you, and if he dies, you die, and if you die, he dies. True. So, besides the point, you will have your stats fixed by the avalanche system way. Wait, what? But then he got to not speak because he saw his stats. All of his stats were now 0.10. Does that mean that I have 10% of a normal man's power? Yes, your baby body is surprisingly very strong for a baby. Fair enough. But then the system said, oh, and I forgot. You also have the system from a novel called The Gamer's System. The Gamer's System, huh? That sounds good. And also shout out to that novel. It's a very good novel. Where it is very good. I'm saying that, bruh. Trust me. At least trust me with me and give it a try. If you want to give it a try after you watch this, or give it a try before you watch this, and continue on reading it until you finish it and come to this, or don't watch this at all and go to read it. I'm not the one to judge you, since I can't blame you. I had a hard time stopping reading it. So, let's continue. Naruto also that he can shop from the store. And then he said, damn, just how many systems do I have? The system said, function new system. He said, what now? New stats were added. Charisma, perception, no, charisma, just charisma. And he also now had talent points and special points. Talent points you can use to the talent. You can use it in the avalanche system and in that system. And special points you can use it for special stuff for every part of the system. And they said, damn, I will be OP. After this, he got out of the womb. And then he continued his life normal. With Minato and Kushina dying, with them sealing the nine tails in him, with them getting adopted by Fugaku. This time, the Leaf Village is way more stronger in both defense and attack and durability and everything else. Since monsters and godly beings are now here, they know that they are just humans. They aren't matched to beings who can take solar systems to their body without a scratch. So, they became kinda like the SCP Foundation. They trained the defenses to contain them, but they horribly failed, since the SCP Foundation was very good in containing anything, but they couldn't contain all the monsters. There are still a lot of monsters roaming around. Normal dungeon monsters like slimes, big spiders, big elemental wolf, giant snakes and stuff. With Naruto then saying, okay, so it's literally like this. I will go on an adventure to get myself stronger. The system said, exactly. And also looked like this. Naruto is now the step-brother of Sasuke and his sister and Itachi. And since of that, Fugaku treats all of them except Itachi poorly. Since to his eyes, Naruto, Sasuke and Sasuke are only mere children that are nothing. While Naruto now grown up, he now was about fucking 5. Because of that, he was able to roam around without anyone questioning. So because of that, he could sneak outside and start killing. But of course, he first needs to prepare himself. So, because of this, he got out into Fugaku's secret weapon room with him trying to pick a wooden sword, but Fugaku caught him and he said, what do you want, brat? Naruto said, I want a wooden sword. I want to kill some slime Fugaku looked at him and he said, "Okay, Brad, if you manage to kill one slime, I will give you an iron sword." "Well, if you managed, because I doubt that you would even manage to kill a fly." Naruto was annoyed at Fugaku and his laughs, and he said, I will show you, old man." Naruto then goes away with one of his eyes glowing red. Fugaku looked at this surprised, and he said in his mind, "Why do I feel so afraid? It's like he is growing stronger just by me hating him." And of course this is not the Sharingan. It's only Naruto's hatred reacting to Fugaku's insulting. So, because of this, Naruto goes outside with a sneaking, with a wooden sword on him. And then, suddenly, he got tackled to the ground. He saw a green slime. A green slime simply was the weakest kind of monster. It had regeneration better than any human, but it wasn't so fast that it could regenerate like Deadpool or stuff or people like that. It was simply regeneration that took one day to grow limbs and seconds to heal bruises like a very small wound. So, and it also had the ability to suffocate someone, and it also had strength and speed of that of a normal human. Otto got up from the slime trying to suffocate him, and he said, "I won't die, you little shit." And then Naruto rushed at the slime, with him getting a sword on him. The slime was damaged, and then it showed on the HP bar 10 minus 2. Naruto then said, "Oh, so you are truly, like they say, you are not like other slimes where things pass through them and you need fire to kill them. No, you need to hurt it physically and it will melt down by itself." Because of this, Naruto started hurting it, and when on the final blow, he had a choice. It said, when you kill the something, you will get its abilities and strengths, but you will gain half the amount of XP you would normally gain. Naruto then said, "Tough choice, but yup, give me his powers." After Naruto was done that, he felt his self getting stronger. He got slightly taller. He had his strength, speed, durability, everything about him increased. And he saw that his stats were now 2. So because of that he said, "So I'm now 2 times more powerful than a normal man? Let's test that." Naruto goes into Fugaku's office and he said, "Hey old man, can I punch you?" Fugaku then laughed at him and he said, "Brat, you won't even do a scar." Naruto then punched his arm, hurting Fugaku a little, because the Narutoverse isn't really about durability and physical prowess. It's about jutsu, smarts, and chakra reserves, and the durability in it is weird. Like, what the fuck? Onaki survived a fucking meteor and he couldn't survive a stab to the sword, and he can't survive a sword? What the fuck is this bullshit? Well, well, if the creator did a reboot where Naruto was a female and he made Kiba marry Naruto, then his head will be on a silver fucking plate. Now, let's continue. I said, Brat, where did you get this strong? Naruto then said, shut the fuck up, old man. I got you what you wanted. He then got him the body of the slime, what was nearly all melted. Goku then said, I didn't expect that you would do it, but I think you aren't that much of a trash like these two. Get the damn sword and go away from my face. When he said that, Naruto just said, alright, old man. Naruto got the sword out, and then he got away to start slaying another monsters. When he reached, he saw blue slime. The blue slime was now the trickier part. It was less restrained than a green slime, but it had more speed and durability, and it also had water magic. I don't know what I was saying. Blue slime, water magic, more 2 speed to my already 2 speed, and 2 durability to my already 2 durability, and 2 to everything except strength, that will be 0.5. Damn. Now we're talking. That not to goes to slash it, but it dodged. And they said, damn, you worked really fast. He then got out his stats and he got his talent points that he hadn't used yet. And then he goes into the talent store. He saw what talent he could use. And then he saw the talent hunter. He pressed on it and he felt his arms and leg bleed, and also his eyes. After he opened them, it was completely different. He now had instincts. He now had more speed. He now had stealth. He now had more of everything he once was. And he said, I truly love this feeling. And then he goes to kill the slime, killing it with a slash that it separated into 2. And he said, damn, I forgot. Slimes can separate into 2. But then he remembered, system, I want gacha skill. And then after this he got gacha skill, he got stone magic. It was maxed because of the way the system works. Sometimes the skills will be maxed because of a chance of luck. And Naruto had good luck, but not good. So because of this he saw the incredible stone magic. The only limit that he faced was his imagination and the amount of mana he had. So because of this he said, now we are talking. He raised his hand up, and then a golem made of stone got up. The golem got into the slime and then it ate it. Its stones devoured the slime bit by bit, until it only became an eye. Naruto then chopped it off, killing the monster effectively, getting his new stats and the new power up he had, and also getting water magic. It was also marked because though this is because there is a chance that it will be marked. So after this Naruto came back to full, Gakandi said, "Old man, see what can I do?" He then got stone magic and water magic out and he showed his speed. And Fukaku said, "Brats, where the hell did you get these powers from?" Naruto then said, "I trained." Fukaku then said, "You may be a special ant, but you still are only a special ant. A special ant is nothing because it's still an ant. Understood, brats?" Nato then said, "Alright, I'm a special ant for now." But then when he goes away, he was saying this with mockery. But later I will be the dragon himself.